Hey y'all, welcome to the first MTC virtual campout. We're so glad that you're joining us live. I'm Kinsey.
My name is Morgan.
I'm Seth.
And we're going to show you how to put up a tent.
Now there are lots of different types of tents you can have. You can have A-frame tents, which look like a big A. You have dome tents, which is what we're going to be setting up today. And you can have big old Taj Mahal hotel looking tents that hold 20 people. But if you don't have that, that's okay. Just the regular old dome tent will work perfectly.
Now we know right now you're not able to come out here to camp, but we really want you to be camping at your place, and we want you to be sending us pictures. But in order to set up a tent, you're going to need one of two things. You're going to need a tent, and you're going to need a mallet.
Or hammer.
Hammer, yes.
The other thing that you're going to want to make sure you have is a nice, good place to put your tent up.
I think I found a great spot for our tent, Kinsey.
You think that's good?
Yeah, look, it's in the shade. It's nice and crunchy right here. It's a great spot.
I don't think that's a good spot to put a tent.
I have found the best spot to put my tent. Right here on all of these rocks. Right here. We have found the best spot. Look at all this water. It's my very own water bed.
Look, I found the perfect spot.
This is so great.
There's no rocks on the ground.
It's in the shade.
And there's no puddles.
Now that we have our perfect spot, we're going to set the tent up.
So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you know how to set it up. And there are normally instructions on the bag or on the inside of the bag.
Now let's get this tent set up.
Now that we have our tent set up and our poles out, we're going to go ahead and start setting it up. So the first thing you'll notice is that you have two different types of poles. The smaller one that goes inside the rain fly, and the bigger ones that actually go inside the tent.
Now, whenever you're setting up your poles, you need to be extra careful because there's this elastic band which can break very easily.
Also, before you get it set up, make sure they're not out like this or they can hurt somebody or you can step on and break them. So keep them folded like this till you're ready to put them in the tent.
Important things to remember when actually setting up your tent is that when you have these nice pole sleeves, this is where your poles go. You want to be extra careful because while you're putting your poles in, you can actually puncture the side of this. And they also cross at the top. These are really important. These are where your poles are going to clip into, and they just help to keep it stable and to keep the poles from shaking. And these are also important. These are different on each and every tent. Sometimes they're a hook, sometimes they look like this. And they are just there to help the tent from moving around and keeping it shape.
Hey Kenzie, here's your tent poles.
Hey Morgan, can you get on that other side, please? So, whenever you're putting your poles together, you want to be extra careful to not break them or puncture anywhere. And you want to just go nice and slow so that way none of the ropes break and none of the sides split. We're going to go ahead and put the other poles through that corner.
Just go ahead and do the same thing that you did with the other poles by putting them together to make a straight pole. So Kinsey here is just going to help me guide this pole through the sleeve.
When we get to this cross section here, we're just going to make sure that this pole goes underneath the pole that we already put in place.
And once you have both poles in, you can go ahead and put them in the corners.
take your clips from earlier and clip those onto your poles.
Now we're going to use this big old rain fly thing that we had on earlier, and you're going to make sure it's on the right side, and you're going to throw it up and over.
So make sure you find the front of it. So this is the front because it has the pole sleeve for the pole to go through it.
Now all rain flies are different, but most of them are going to have this little clip right here, and you're going to clip it down to right here where it has this little clip thing down here. You're going to clip it onto that, and then you can do that on all 4 sides. All right, so once you have your rain fly on, you're going to take the small one of the tent poles. It's going to have 2 different ends. You see that? It's going to have a little bit of different ends than the other poles. You're going to put it together, and then you're going to come over here, and there's this little patch on your rain fly where you're going to feed it through. So you're going to feed it all the way through. Again, not pushing too hard. And then once you're all the way through, there's going to be 2 grommets. You're going to put it in both of those grommets. And then once you do that, you have a really nice awning to protect you from the rain. And then, it may be a little windy where you are, so the next thing you're going to want to do is take a mallet and a stake, and you're going to find this little hole down here, and you're going to push the stake in, and you're going to go at an angle so it keeps the tent tight and it keeps it firm on the ground so it doesn't fly up when the wind gets it. And then you're going to put it all the way down in the ground. And then, if it's even still really windy where you are, you're going to need to tie down your rain fly. You're going to take one more stake. You're going to do it again at another angle. And then you're going to tie what's known as a taut line. A taut line, you're going to take it, you're going to go under, you're then going to go over and through the loop. You're going to tighten it down, and then you're able to tighten it and loosen it. Alright, so I'm going to show it one more time. You're going to take it, run your rope through the stake, take this piece, go around, and then you're going to go up above, you're going to go around again and through the loop. Your knot should end up looking like this. And then this knot is able to move up, and it's able to move down depending upon how tight you need it.
Now we have our tent fully set up. Thank you guys for tuning in to join us while we put up our tent. I know we had lots of fun, and I hope that you have lots of fun at home while you're doing it yourself.
Now go ahead and enjoy your nice camping.
See you guys soon.